Yeah, let's talk about the bigger picture. Let's talk about how we be ballin', playing with the Wizards. Let's talk about the Nats and how they always got good pictures. Let's talk about the Cats, hope Rex can turn them boys to winners. Injuries and updates, oh yeah. To the opponent, we stand toe to toe, yeah. To the top, this podcast gonna go, yeah. I think it's something you should know, yeah.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District. I'm Nathan Perry. Joining me today, it's our man, the Stoner.
What's up, Nathan?
Well, I'm gonna miss Trev today. I think this is gonna be an exciting day for us. But Trev is chasing that paper, getting that bag, as they like to say these days. So, we can excuse him for making sure that he is making a comfortable living for himself. Of course, you can check him out in person at the Sky Bar in Lexington, one of our two sponsors. The other one is being Pacers Running. More on them in a little bit. This is our live stream of our podcast. They'll go on to all your favorite audio platforms. We do this every Wednesday at 7:30 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and then we'll get it out on those audio platforms right afterwards. So just check us out on both. And of course, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We produce more content for YouTube than our other platforms. So check us out. Some of those SBCs that people been loving or hating, depending on which side of the aisle you fall on when it comes to start, bench, or cut. We've already got Ben, EP, and Ethan in there as well. So thanks for coming on the chat. We got a good show for you here today. On the Cooldown, we're going to be talking some DC sports outside of the Commanders. The Nationals have kicked off their season. Maybe a little bit. They are playing games at least.
They're not terrible. They're not terrible so far.
And then here, as you can see with our graphic, if you're watching it, we are going to do a live mock draft, the entirety. This is actually my first mock draft. I've not done one, like a full one. Stoner, how about yourself?
I've done one, and that was like 3 hours ago. That was my first time.
That was your test,
one.
Yeah.
And it was
I pulled it up just to know the mechanics.
I was surprised at how much I liked it. I was kind of like these mock drafts, but it's not the same guys being picked ahead of Washington every time. They mix it up. They throw trade offers at you, and you really got to think about it. But what I think we got to make sure we do is when it gets to our pick at 11 and all the picks, what's the normal clock? 5 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. We'll have to pause. Yeah.
Well, I know, but we can only have 5 minutes to discuss it. We can't discuss
gotta
it for
move
15
quick.
minutes.
Got to move quick. Ben, Trev is running his bar. That's the Sky Bar in Lexington, so he will not be joining us. Ben asked us, for our audio listeners, where is Trev? So he won't be joining us. Well, last time that happened, he actually did do a surprise entry on us while he was waiting for the party to start. So I'm not going to count him out. Maybe he'll pop in. He will probably especially pop in when we get to that 11th pick. So keep an eye out for that. With today's warm up, I wish we had a better topic to talk about, because I feel like this is a little bit redundant, as I'm pretty sure last week we opened up the show with new allegations against Dan Snyder. Yesterday, I had a very busy day at work. I get off of work waiting for the bus, and I have this message saying, we have to talk about the new Dan Snyder stuff. And I was like, okay, I missed everything. What's going on? And Stoner, you directed me to Nikki J's thread on that. What, can you break it down for us?
It's not a whole lot different than what we've already known, which is the part about Dan Snyder and the organization in general basically cooking the books. It is a little bit more specific, and it was specific emails and specific documents that were turned over to Congress. And then Congress put out a statement, said, we are turning this information over to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, which then it becomes a no-no. Because again, Congress can't do anything in terms of getting people in trouble. They can only they only have oversight, and they can.
It's kind of the fact-finding people.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what they are.
So they can turn it over to people who can do something, and that's what they did in this particular case. But again, it's he said, she said, or he said, however you want to label it. It's one side saying one thing and the other side saying you're lying. That's not true. So, it's not a whole lot different than what we've already heard. It was just a little bit more detailed this time.
Well, yeah, in those details, you have an email, which a lot of people would consider almost a smoking gun, where they do talk about the juice and moving the juice around to various games, the Navy Notre Dame game being one that was specifically called out. Yeah. Is that not enough right there? Is that not the smoking gun people want it to be?
What's juice? What's juice? You can say what juice is. The guy can say what juice is, but you don't have any written proof what juice is. So again, court of law, lawyers who get paid millions of dollars to make this stuff not appear real, they will just pick that apart and they'll say, well, what is juice? You haven't explained to me what juice is. You can say that it's the smoking gun, but there's nothing to explain what that really means. Is it common sense?
Go into pretty good detail as far as the fact that, what juice, the context anyways there is
the context,
what juice is. And the moving around. I mean, the context is pretty clean because it talks about, hey, we're going to sell these tickets at this price. That means this is here. So this is going to be the juice. Move that juice around. It seems a little bit more than nothing, but it's probably not enough.
No, it's definitely not enough. We talk about it all the time. All this stuff. Name me the last owner that was thrown out of the league for financial improprieties. It doesn't happen in any league, in any sport. It just doesn't happen. And I hate to kind of be that negative Nelly or the one that sits there and says all the time saying, look, no matter what you do, you're not getting Dan Snyder out. And you're not going to get him out unless he wants to go out, or unless, I said this last week, unless you have blatant proof of racism. That's what's gotten owners out in the past. That's what got Jerry Richardson out. Donald Sterling, Marge Schott, the Atlanta Hawks majority owner, same thing. That's it. If you think back to Eddie DeBartolo for the 49ers, who had all kinds of legal trouble and gambling and cooking books for his businesses and everything, and they forced him out. But you know what they did? They gave the ownership of the team to his sister and to the family, which still owns the 49ers. It's just Eddie DeBartolo is not in charge of the team. Okay, they're not getting rid of Dan Snyder for these situations. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
Well, Stoner likes to be the one to burst everybody's bubble.
Yeah, I know, but everyone likes to say this is the last straw. This is the last straw. We've been saying this is the last straw for 10 years.
Been a lot of last straws on this.
It's not.
It does feel that more action will be taken against Snyder for money things than anything regarding the allegations with the work environment, right? I mean, now that's actually going to be something we have to compare to when things do come down. I mean, there was already a $10 million, fine, the removal from day-to-day operations. So now what do you do if you find that he was cooking the books, which these emails, the NFL's probably had for a long time. So this isn't news to them. A lot of people are thinking maybe other teams kind of do something similar, and Washington's just the one to get caught. So,
well, caught out in the open.
Yeah,
out publicly.
True.
I'm sure they get caught behind the scenes all the time. And all you got to do is make it right somehow. Behind the scenes, like we talk about. Make those deals behind the scenes. Make Jerry Jones happy by cutting him a check or buying him it's not that literal, but doing something business-wise that is in his favor, because you kind of owe him for that, or whomever. I'm just using Jerry Jones as an example because he's a known owner.
Mm-hmm.
But you just do something like that, side deals, whatever. Next time we're going to get a little bit more, who knows, whatever it is, those deals get done and they get taken care of behind the scenes. And that's going to be the case this time as well. Maybe they'll come out with some sort of fine again. Ooh, he's going to get fined $5 million this time. Ooh, that really hurts. It doesn't. And plus, they're only talking about what they have in the emails is $5 million that they were hiding over the course of 10 years. I mean, what is that?
Yeah,
$500,000 a year? That's
pretty small,
guys.
Change when it comes to NFL terms. So, yeah, okay, it will be interesting to see where that goes. Of course, we're going to continue following it and keeping people updated. A couple other things here to talk about regarding Washington Commanders today. They announced that Katie Feeney will be representing the team on social media challenges, or not challenges, but as an influencer. So social media channels, rather. I can speak. That is something I do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to put this out here real quick.
Yeah.
People need to stop attacking her for
I didn't see
being
that.
Selected. You didn't see it? People
I wasn't
were really mad that a 19-year-old woman for getting a job with the NFL, essentially. Some were masking it as, the team should focus on winning, instead of social media influencers.
That
and
doesn't make sense.
Some people were like, questioning what does she have to do with football and stuff like that. And it's just embarrassing for yourself if you're going that route. One, this isn't a football decision, so it has nothing to do with winning on the field. All right. This is the business side of the house. It's likely a smart decision to get with influence and you're trying to grow your brand. And it's also just a young person trying to work, right? We just praised Trev, and I saw a lot of people, saying, Trev, go get that bag. That's why he's not here today. Katie's doing the same thing for herself, and no one should fault her for that. So,
it's too bad. I didn't see that. I didn't see any of that hate, but I was kind of a little bit off the grid today, so I didn't get a chance to see it. And I'm glad I didn't get a chance to see it, because I might have said something not inappropriate, but mean or something.
Yeah, a little clap back at some of those people. So
yeah.
Metaphor with a donation here. I appreciate this one here.
Metaphor.
Anyone can make that donation with the within YouTube, just down there on the bottom left when you comment. Metaphor says maybe she can influence Dan to sell the team. If only
we all want that. But who knows? What happens if you get Dan 2.0 who comes in here too? We got to be careful about that.
It's possible. I know a lot of people have been asking for Bezos, but Bezos obviously has some issues with his Amazon labor.
Well, he doesn't have that many issues. I mean, he's the first or second richest person in the world.
I'm not saying he's not rich, Stoner. I'm saying work environment might not be quite an improvement under him. P-Dub, don't worry about being late. You're still here, and we appreciate you. We also appreciate James Davis, Kurt Smith, Troy, Tanner's in there, and so is Kim. We appreciate everyone jumping on. Last topic to talk about before we hit this mock draft
I'm excited.
Is unfortunately some news that came over this last week in between our live shows, and that was Dwayne Haskins was killed after trying to cross 595 down in Florida.
Yeah.
He was hit by a truck while, again, crossing the highway and lost his life. Really, feel for his family, and unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
So, young, 24 years old, still, regardless of whether or not you liked him here in the Commander's uniform or Redskins uniform, because he was actually, I believe, the last Redskins first pick. So, he still, I think, had a lot of football left in him, even if it was as a backup. And I was hoping to see him turn things around. So unfortunate that
he had a lot of, what he had a lot left of? A lot of life. and it's a damn shame that he lost his life at such a young age. And by all accounts, we never met him or anything, but by all accounts, he was a great kid, constant smile on his face,
got a great
got
smile.
along with teammates. Teammates loved him. And that's what matters more than anything else, is that he was a good person. He was a good human being. And it's just a shame. I feel terrible, especially for his parents. No parent wants to bury a child. That's just the worst thing ever. But his wife, his sister, I think he had a couple of sisters, just everybody, his teammates. You can see how it affected his teammates.
Terry McLaurin was real hit by it.
His former teammates here, his coaches here in Ohio State, his teammates in Pittsburgh who he didn't know for that long. They were really broken up about it because he was a good guy. He was a good dude. And it's just a shame. I feel bad for his family and being my age, I'm a little bit older than you. I'm about a generation older than you. But if I had kids, I would have a kid about that age. And so I think about that what I would be going through as a parent, having lost a kid at 24 years old, who had it all in front of him. And it's just tragic news. So too bad for everybody involved, and sorry for his family for sure.
Yeah. Just briefly want to touch on Schefter's original tweet and then Gilbrandt kind of doubling down on some vitriol. I hope that the outpour against those two really kind of shift the mindset for people and realizing that, we're hard on some players. We do create some content that's, but we don't try to tear them down, especially not as individuals. And we don't want to, we're not trying to treat them as if they're just there for our entertainment. So hopefully more people keep that mindset. I agree with Kim here, by the way. Metaphor brings up that Chase hasn't necessarily spoken up. I think people grieve differently, and Chase is, probably hurt and doesn't necessarily put that out publicly. I mean, you have Claypool, who came out and did a video of him crying, and look at, people were getting on him for crying. Now, some people were calling it theatrics, and some people were saying, no, you're a man. You got to keep that feelings, inside of you.
And what's Claypool? 22, 23 years old?
He's still a young guy.
He's a kid, man. And that's what kids do nowadays. They live their life in front of the camera, especially professional athletes. They've grown up in front of that, holding that camera and documenting their life. So we can't maybe understand that sort of thing, but that's how he's grieving. So let him grieve that way. But the Adam Schefter thing, the one thing I didn't understand, and I thought people went a little hard at him, but why is that your first thought when you're trying to get the news out that you want to say something like that? The only thing you should ever say about anybody who's not a mass murderer when they pass away is nothing but good things and prayers to those who are close to him.
Yeah. For breaking news specifically, you probably just need to keep it to the facts.
Yeah.
That report that Dwayne Haskins was killed. You don't need the commentary. The commentary, you can save the commentary. For some people, they can just save it forever.
Yeah.
But in that particular moment, he's breaking news out to the world. And he chose that moment to provide commentary about struggles and stuff. And while that might have been accurate, it's not
the time
for that tweet. It's not needed in that tweet. And neither were the comments from Gilbrandt, which were 100 times worse.
Well, what are you doing sticking a hot mic in front of a 90-year-old?
Well, he still does it, right? He still gets in front of the mic. And so I don't buy that as an excuse, for the record. I don't care if you're 90 years old. If your job is to speak, then you need to do a better job of what you say. And
of course,
there's not really any walking back. And maybe that's it from him. We don't hear too much from him. He starts to get phased out before the year. So we'll see. here on this medium, of course, we can't do a moment of silence. It's not conducive to the content creation. So what I would like to see is, share some of your favorite memories of Dwayne Haskins. Doesn't necessarily have to be in a Redskins uniform. My particular 2 memories that stuck out to me as positive were when he took the selfie with the fan before the game ended. I know that there's a lot of hate thrown at him for that, but to me, I saw a young guy who was excited to win his first NFL game. The fans were excited, and it was just like this moment that we could have capitalized on. But of course, people chose to go the negative route and say, he's immature, which I'm not saying it's a mature decision, but it's, to me, I thought it was fun, and I like to see, more of the players interact with our fans and get excited. And so that one was a positive one. The other one was, I don't know if you remember the video of him talking to the lineman, and he was just like, what can I do to help? Like, he was trying to get in there. He was trying to lead, and the linemen necessarily weren't buying it. And I know people after the fact were kind of, telling him, okay, you're not, no one's listening to you. You're not a leader in this locker room. And it was just like, but he's trying. Do you not see that? Do you not see that this is a young man who's just trying to lead the way he can. If that's not the way he needs to lead, then I think that people could have done a better job guiding him. But that moment to me was just like, hey, he wants to be the leader. Maybe he doesn't quite understand how to do it. And there's certainly some linemen that, like I said, were kind of not paying attention and kind of scoffing at the situation. But that's when another leader needs to pull him aside and say, hey, this is what we can do to fix that. How about you, Stoner?
22 or something at that time?
I think he was his rookie year, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, just a kid. I'm going to put this up here that Kim is putting up here. And when he won that first game also, and the absolute joy and elation, same word, different word, same meaning, when he hugged Kevin O'Connell, because, Kevin O'Connell knew, and Kevin O'Connell hugged him back. It wasn't just all right, good job. It was you did it, all that work that they put in, and they put in a lot of work, and Kevin O'Connell wanted Dwayne Haskins to succeed. And so that hug that they had together after that first win, that stands out to me. That's a great example there from Kim. So yeah, that's probably mine. That was probably my favorite memory for sure.
Excellent. I make sure you get yours in the chat there. Hopefully the team will do something for him. I know some people were looking at the decal, at least a moment of silence, something for Dwayne Haskins here with the Washington Commanders. We're going to be switching it up here, getting a little bit more.
We got that out of the way. Let's have some fun.
Let's get some fun. When we come back for the game, it's going to be our first live mock draft here on Ref the District. The game is brought to you by Pacers Running Stores. Pacers has 6 stores in Northern Virginia and DC. For the best running footwear, apparel, and gear, just stop by or schedule a virtual fitting with the best running experts in the business. Pacers Running exists to help as many people as possible through running. For every run, it's Pacers Running. Welcome back to the game. Stoner's got I kind of switched it up a little bit on him because I just thought about this. I talked with somebody about Pacers Running. So for those who are listening to the podcast might not necessarily get that portion of this. We really believe in Pacers Running here. So check them out either in person or online. But someone was talking to me today about running a half marathon, that's being one of something that he wants to do. And I was just like, but he has knee issues is what he was telling me. I was just like, hey, like no joke, find yourself into Pacers Running and they'll get you in the right shoes. They're good. There's inserts there that they can kind of, get you to. They're not going to overcharge you. They're going to get you what you want or what you need for what you want to do. So check out Pacers Running there. Let's get on to this mock draft. We're going to be using Pro Football Network's mock draft. So if you have another one in the chat that you like, we'll do this. The idea here is a full 7-round draft.
Yep. So how it works is
Stoner,
that
walk us through this.
This is the one I went through before. So don't hit let's draft yet. But what happens is we select our team, which is Washington, for the full 7 rounds, and then the computer simulates the draft for every pick except for Washington. And then we make the pick, and they give you a whole bunch of options on the right-hand side with notes if you want to look into that particular player. Mm-hmm. They may offer some trades in there that might be enticing for you to maybe trade back, something like that.
So Metaphor is asking, you're taking trades in your mock. The option's there if the mock does it for you. Someone else mentioned, I'm going to see if I can't scroll and find it. They had a feeling. There we go. James jumped in here with why I got a funny feeling Chiefs end up giving us the 29th and 30th pick for the 11th.
I'd do it.
I'm taking that.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Maybe it needs a little bit more finessing to work out the proper numbers.
Well, you can also offer.
You could offer trades. Yeah, I tried giving up the 11th for I think both the Saints picks when I was just testing out to see how this would work. They did not go for that. They did not. Surprisingly, did not go for that.
Yeah,
we'll see how it is. It goes there. I will say this: we're just a couple of yahoos here. Okay, we're not college scouts. We're not going to recognize every name that's on here. We'll probably be familiar with quite a few, but especially as we get to these later rounds, we're probably not going to have a whole lot of knowledge there. So and this is my recommendation if you're looking at some of the mock drafts for actual professionals, don't look necessarily at the name, look at the position that they're going after, because that's telling you what they're kind of feeling Washington's going to go after, as far as their selections. And we're going to be the same way. Now we're going to pick hopefully some names we like and maybe some, names that you like as well here in the draft. And of course, when we get to Washington's pick, please jump in the chat. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you think at that point.
All right. So we're normal speed is good. And people did tell us it was 10 minutes, not 5, as we had mentioned during the warm-up there. So Evan Neal's gone, Thibodeau, Hutchinson, Hamilton, so you don't have to worry about me taking them. Malik Willis is off the board. All right, and now we have a trade option already.
Oof. All right.
I'm going to close this ad. Yeah. 11 and 113 for 32, 34,
and 66.
So that's a first and 2 seconds.
Hit the next, because there's another trade off. Oh, you have 3. We have 3 offers.
3 offers. The 22 and 28. I'm leaning towards that.
Yes, but you also have to give up 113.
Oh, that's true.
What is that? Your 4th rounder?
That would be, I think, around the 4th, maybe the 5th. Yeah. We got a whole lot of no's here.
Oh man.
11 and 113, 27. 60, 91, and a second.
I'm not doing anything
pick
for another year because we're not doing another mock draft. So no, we're not doing anything that involves a different year.
Capital.
I know, but we can't.
Tony P, thanks for the donation there. He says to draft a weapon for Carson in the first, need 30 points per
Tony.
game. Absolutely, Tony. So which of these picks do you all like here? As far as which one we should go with, because I do think a trade back is pretty enticing. Is there anybody who's out there right now?
One.
So
some people are liking this one, but
this
you're
one's
giving
pretty
up
good.
Your 4th rounder, and you don't have a 3rd rounder either. So you're going to lose your 3rd rounder and your 4th rounder. I mean, you're not going to have a 3rd rounder and 4th rounder.
Yeah, Kevin Gardner, Sauce Gardner's gone. I will say, Garrett Wilson's still on the board.
Garrett Wilson is there. Well, how many receivers can you scroll up so you can see who won it? Well, 1 and 2. I remember 1 and 2. Okay, don't worry. I remember 1 and 2. 1 and 2 was Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau, and then Hutchison. This looks very similar to our mock draft that we're going to be doing 2 weeks from today.
Ooh, little hints
there. Sauce Gardner's gone at 7. So all the receivers are there, right? No receivers have been taken yet. So, So Drake London, Garrett Wilson is there. Jordan Davis, the stud defensive tackle. We don't want to do that.
Yeah. Do we counter this one and try to just not give up the 113 or maybe like a later round pick?
How about if we counter with they don't get the 113?
How about our 6th round pick? Do you think they'll do maybe or a 5th? I'd give up a 1st and a 5th for the 22nd and 28th.
What about if they, instead of the 28th, they give us the 53rd? Just that, the 22nd and the 53rd for the 11th. Right? So that's a third. You get your 3rd rounder back. You only go back 11 spots. You're probably still going to have a receiver. What do you think?
All right. I like it.
Hang on. Some of these guys are saying
counter with 189 instead of keep the 22nd and 28 and just counter with the 189. That was my kind of thing.
Wait, this is funny. I don't know why.
Take Jamarcus Russell from Tanner Austin. Yeah. So for our audio listeners right now, we have a couple draft offers here. We're trying to finagle this Green Bay one because I think it was the best out of them. Tampa was trying to give us some picks for next year, and the previous offer wasn't necessarily right.
All right.
There.
How about the 20? Like somebody said, do the 22nd and 28th for that.
For the 189. So right now we're looking at trading away the 11th and the 189 for 22 and 28. We're going to propose it and confirm that trade was declined. We're going to go back to Sim. Looks like so
no more trade offers.
We still have the trade offer. So we still have the original trade on there.
Yeah.
Do we want to, let's counter with Stoners, which is the 11 for the 22nd and 53rd. Let's try.
Everybody good with that?
It's been accepted. I hope you liked it because I just went with it because we're kind of on the clock there. So let's go back to the Sim.
All right, there goes.
Jameson Williams, which is a little high for a guy coming off of injury, but hey, I'll take the extra.
Another safety. There. So far, I'm
Olave was taken one before us, but Garrett Wilson's still out there.
All right.
Another trade.
No. Get out of here.
I'm not taking this one. The 22nd overall pick. Tennessee's going to give us the 26th and the 169.
I forgot what we got already. What did we
got? The 22nd and 28th. 22nd and the 53rd is what we went.
Oh,
with.
Okay. And
Tommy T.
For the 11th,
after I clicked it, I think that maybe we should have grabbed something else other than that 3rd round pick. We probably should have gotten maybe a 5th or something out of there as well.
I'm not taking
Garrett Wilson to me is higher than Olave. We're not going to take the 22nd for 26.
No.
So reject this straight up.
Yep.
Is that the firm?
That's firm for me.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards taking Wilson.
Yeah, they're going to have to come with a monster offer to not take. No.
And I'm not falling. This is the Browns trying to move into the 1st round here. We'd give up the 22nd pick. They'll give us 44, 78. And then 2 future picks. So we're gonna reject that. We just take Garrett Wilson here.
Take him. Hit that plus sign. It's easy.
All right, so we're gonna take Garrett Wilson.
Ooh,
Drake London, Traylon Burks, Kenyon Green, Kobe Dean, Devin Lloyd off the board. Sam Howell to the Seahawks.
Yeah, that makes sense. Another safety. 2 more safeties gone. I don't think we're having any safeties left.
Yeah, now this draft is moving pretty fast. Definitely, like I'm happy with Wilson that late. Right. I'm pretty good. Okay, we got another trade offer here. This one's for the 47th
just to move up 1 spot. Not doing that. Get out of here with that.
Really? I mean, I think that. What are you talking about? It's literally 1 spot. Who do you think they're going to take? Chicago's offered the 48 pick and a 7th rounder. This is
7th rounder next year.
Yeah, 7th rounder next year.
No,
sure,
I don't do future stuff because
you don't deal in futures.
Well, yeah, because I mean, we're not going to have the next year when we do this. We're not going to have the 7th.
Mike G, we appreciate you jumping in there. Ben, I loved. I don't think Wilson's dropping that far, but I love that he did drop that far in this particular one. I am going to reject this.
Reject that trade. What else?
I'm just saying that if you can get some value, if you don't think they're going to take the thing. Now, here's the thing, though. Kenneth Walker is up there, and we know that they're kind of looking to shore up.
No, we don't need a running back.
We're going to reject
Get out
that.
Here with that.
Okay, this is giving up a future pick. The Patriots offering us 54.85 for the 47th pick and a 4th rounder next year.
Yeah, I don't care about giving up future ones for us. So We only moved back like 7 spots. Look at who's still on the board. Is there anybody there that screams we have to take him?
Well, you kind of mentioned a lot of the safeties kind of left, the ones that Washington's, kind of interested in there. You do have a lot of linemen. You got Linderbaum from Iowa. You got Tyler Smith from Tulsa. You got some more defense, and we know how much you love the defensive picks here. Troy Anderson from Montana State is a physically gifted linebacker.
Okay, well, what about Muma from Wyoming? Click that stupid ad. Get that stupid ad out of here and right, click on his little notes.
I'm going to get that, and I'm going to reject
this
offer. You don't want to reject the offer?
No, not yet.
People, let me know if you like this Patriots offer. Again, that's 54 and 85 for our 47th and a 23.
Where's that tight end? That kid from like Wyoming or something? Hit that tight end button.
So tight ends on the board right now.
He must have got
tight end from UCLA, Greg Dulcich, Isaiah Likely from Coastal Carolina. Not in love with any of these. Jelani Woods is way later that you're going to want to take.
Kid from Maryland is way later.
Yeah. Grant Calcaterra is a name I'm familiar with. And,
who's Linderbaum? Kevin says, "Who's Linderbaum?" Is he? It's a guard. So an offensive. They have him listed as a center. Another Iowa lineman, and those Iowa produces some linemen.
They're good. I wouldn't be opposed to it. That's you can really never go wrong with depth on the offensive line. So the notes here from Pro Football Network, the first thing that stands out about Linderbaum when you turn on the tape is his athleticism. He explodes out of his stance with exceptional fluidity. Once he's out of his stance, he's always moving, always on his feet. Sounds pretty good here. Whether you're an offensive line expert or an untrained eye, the other thing that stands out is Linderbaum's competitive toughness.
Let's go back to linebackers. We need a linebacker.
Do we, though? They don't really play the linebackers, 3 linebackers all that often. I think you're going to take a linebacker. It's probably someone like Troy Anderson here.
Yeah. So do you think we can get Troy Anderson if we trade back with New England?
At 54 is where we're going to end up.
He's right now. He's listed as like the 56th.
Yeah, the 56th
we pick up an 85. Hit the counter just so I can see where 85 is. That third round? Oh, it's second rounder. I think we should do that.
Yeah, I'm for this this one.
All right, let's take that trade.
All right, we're not going to counter with anything. We like this just straight up. Okay, so we're going to confirm trade's been accepted. We're going to wait. Right. They ended up taking McCreary from Auburn.
All right, so is
he still on the board?
There. Troy Anderson's still there.
Yeah, that's not who I'm referring to. We have a lot of people talking about Linderbaum being into the first. Do you just take the straight value here?
Yeah, he's listed as the 34th best player available, and we're at pick.
We have back-to-back picks. Yeah, we have the 53rd and 54th pick right now. We got some trade offers here. Jets want.
No, we're done with these trades. We got back-to-back picks, man. We're picking.
We're good with this. I don't want to give up the first of the 2 picks. You get the guy you want, and then see if you can give up 54. Because if they're jumping you. Realistically, I mean, obviously this is an algorithm and a thing here.
Let me see tight ends real quick.
So I'm going to reject this. You don't give up your 53rd, and that's still not enough value here. Tight ends, the tight ends aren't a value right now. There's like 1 or 2 tight ends that might be worth it, and then the rest are just, they're John Bates, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but not somebody you're going to go out of your way to grab here.
All right, let's take Linderbaum. I think
we go with the value here. Yeah, the Linderbaum, shoring up with one of the premier talents. Now we're having the pick here. I agree, Doug. The Sims definitely
they give you some.
You get stuff. Some really good trades there, and I think that just. So Ben's telling us, we already took Linderbaum. He's telling us take Muma.
It's either we got to take a linebacker here. So reject these dumb trades. No,
none of these are pretty enticing here.
We gotta get a linebacker here.
You really think the linebacker here? So I'm gonna read Chad's from Wyoming, classic
linebacker.
3-down linebacker, exploded on the national scene in a similar vein to his former teammate Logan Wilson. Like Wilson, Muma has had great 2 seasons at Wyoming before his draft eligible year. Also like Wilson, Muma is a large man in the middle, 6'3", 242. Closes gaps in short area coverage as he stuffs rushing lanes with ease. I always worry when the headline for a defensive player is run stopping.
That means he can't get out on the edge and cover and all that, sideline to sideline. I mean, Ben's over here telling us
Ben loves him. Ben loves him.
But other guys have been talking about Troy Anderson as well. What do they say about Troy Anderson?
Troy Anderson's on the board here. He has a great straight line explosiveness for his frame, rocket through gaps toward closing burst and contact point. He can close ground in an instant in the box and coverage. His explosiveness translates especially well. He can launch off his back foot and he can click and close with quickness. He also carries a lot of heat as a blitzer.
I like Anderson.
I'm leaning towards Troy Anderson. Tommy T agrees with us. We got Kevin and Ben with the preferred pick of Chad Muma here. Doug is in there as well. Oh man, we're gonna make so many angry. I'm going with Troy Anderson. I agree with Tommy T here. The NFL is a passing game, and I just really worry the highlights there for Muma were the run stopping. And I don't think we need
Dallas,
that.
By the way.
Okay, well, we might end up eating that one if that happens in real life here.
We might.
Metaphor, we did just take Linderbaum, so who, from my understanding, actually does have some mobility. He's not just a center. He's listed as a center here, but I think that he might be able to kind of go there. Right. Another offer.
That's juicy.
This is pretty good here. So we got the Indianapolis Colts giving us 104, 122, 159 for our 85th pick.
And then we don't care about
a 5th round in 2023. It is just the one offer here. So let's check to see who's out here. You got the top players ranked right now are Cameron Thomas, Isaiah Spiller, and Abraham Lucas. That's an offensive tackle, running back, and edge in reverse order. David
what
Bell
do we need
from
right
Purdue.
Now? Another receiver? Do we need another receiver? Not really.
Probably not.
What do we need right now? We got a guard, we got a linebacker, and we got a receiver. Right? So we need a safety. Are there any good safeties left?
If we're looking on defense here.
You see safety all the way to the right.
Yeah, Verone McKinley is the highest ranked safety. He's at 97.
And where are we at 85? So that 85. Might be a reach.
I mean,
what's that trade offer again?
Picks. The highest is 104.
We might still be able to get a good safety there. Let's take that trade.
So this is our 85th pick, and it's going to be for 104, 122, 159, which will push us back into the next round there. We have someone calling for a running back here. Where running backs, Isaiah Spiller, BYU guy, Cincinnati.
Dalvin Cook's brother's still there. Brian Robinson Jr. was just at the facility today, I believe, on a visit. So they might be interested in him, but you don't need him right now. Man, I know a lot of people have been talking.
Kevin, you've been listening to the channel, right? Definitely we need someone who can cover that. John Bostic, man, I can't deal with that, the run stopper anymore. It's too much. It's too much. Slot corner and tight end is what we're being asked for. I think this is a decent offer. I don't necessarily see anybody on this list
that we have to have right now
popping out as far as like a name that it's like, they've dropped this far.
Yeah.
They're all, you got the two highest ranked here at 60 and 67 with Cameron Thomas and Isaiah Spiller. Maybe that edge rusher, because I do think that getting another edge rusher would be reasonable.
You drafted 2 last year.
You did late rounds, so that's fair.
Well, you drafted 2, and you've got 2 studs already.
We got First String Podcast in the house. Shout out to those guys. If you haven't already, check out their channel. Go out to First String Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to them. They've got some great, funny content as well. And they had Fred Smoot on yesterday. So
let me tell you something about First String Podcast.
Toothpick.
I missed the time that you guys went on with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can handle being on with them. Those are some crazy.
They're
MFers,
wild.
Man.
They're absolutely wild.
But they are a lot of fun. So I would definitely go check those guys out. All right. So
I agree with Graham here for the 85th pick. I really, really like James Cook from Georgia. But
for the 85th pick?
No, not for the 85th. But I'm saying not for the 85th, but he's somebody who's there. I'm going to take this trade.
All right, let's take the trade.
So we'll take the trade. We'll wait. We'll see who's still going to be there. They ended up taking Justin Ross from Clemson. David Bell ended up going to the Raiders. Cameron Thomas finally off the board to, of course, our rivals, the Dallas Cowboys.
I think they do that on purpose. I think
probably
this thing listens to us and then gives them to our rival. We're not doing any more trades. Get these.
No more trades. We're done with the trades. All right, fine.
Yeah.
This was the Raiders offering 126 and 164 for our 104.
I mean, I would do that.
Round.
I would do that, but I want to make some picks.
Want to make some picks. Okay, so we're here picking at 104. Isaiah Spiller is still out there. Noticeably, running back James Cook is out there at 112, but we do have.
We do
have some
left.
I do think there is a way.
I don't think there is.
113 is our next pick.
Do that. Yeah. So 113 and 104. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely need a tight end. We definitely need a safety. So tight end, that's like right there. This Cade Otten guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I don't want to deal with him.
Again, this is the point of the draft where I think that we're going to start taking positions more so than just a player, unless you can give us a player that's out there that you like.
I don't like him.
Nope.
I don't like that.
Stoner's read Cade Otten and did not like him. Defense, we were talking about the safeties. Might have some value. Even Verone McKinley ranked 97 overall. Brian Cook from Cincinnati.
We're not taking a safety from Cincinnati. We already got one of those.
Here's the safety that I will take in the later rounds is Smoke Monday for name alone.
Well, yeah, that worked out for Bakari Rambo.
Hey, he had an exciting rookie season.
Yeah, like half the season until he dumped it.
I mean, you got Bubba Bolden as well down there for Miami, Florida.
All right, what about the guy at the top there, the McKinley?
Verone McKinley out of Oregon, a little bit on the smaller. His RAS score is 2.3. Is
that good?
That's not good. It's on a 10-point scale.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, what's he doing even on this board? He shouldn't even be drafted. He shouldn't even be eligible to be drafted.
You don't just go off of athletics. You go off the tape here.
Okay. All right. So what about this other safety from Cincinnati? Don't we have one that was terrible? Cook. Derek Forrest. Wasn't he from Cincinnati?
Hey, he's not terrible. He's what is his sophomore year now? I mean, what do you want from him?
All right.
Late rounds. Brian Cook here from Cincinnati. Not available for his RAS score, which measures athleticism. If you're not familiar with that.
Is that what the RAS is? Or
it's an athletic score, and it's relative to players within their position. So,
gotcha.
If you run at 40, if you're like in the 1% percentile, that's going to make your score higher.
Here's my scoring system.
Yeah. Stoner with this sniff test. Yeah, Tanner, I agree. The tape is going to be way better than his grade, and I think there's going to be a couple guys. That's Stoner's sniff test. So maybe he does want Verone McKinley. Stop going just off the numbers here.
All right. Who's the safety from Georgia? There is no safety from Georgia left. Maybe he meant the safe, unless you were way down.
He's probably already taken there.
Yeah, Toothpick. He's probably already gone.
He's, Toothpick came in a little bit late. Man. One of his buddies on his podcast, his channel there, is a Georgia guy, so he probably knows a lot of these Georgia guys a little bit better.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have a trade on the board here, so do we go with one of the running backs? James Cook at 104, or do we wait till 113 and see if he's still there?
Yeah, let's wait on him. We either got to get a safety or we got to get a tight end. I mean, that's our need.
Okay, so you didn't like Cade Otton? He's the only one right around this value. Jelani Woods from Virginia, which I know some of our fans like him, but that's way too early for him. So let's go back to the defense here. Do we go with the tape from Oregon? The safety from Maryland looks like is off the board as well. So I'm good if we wait for Smoke Monday, but that's me.
Like
I know he's actually a lot of fun to watch too.
Right.
So
go to the all category and see who's the top rated guys out there. So you have a running back, a defensive tackle, and then you got the safety. I think we got to take McKinley. Whatever.
Take McKinley. We didn't take a running back yet. You want to take a?
Nah, we can get Cook with our next pick.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take Verone McKinley here, and hope that so Isaiah Spiller's finally taken off. Cade Otton was taken off. All right.
All right. So, still good. See, he's still there.
It's a heck of a offer here. 126, 164, and 227 for 113. We're going to reject. We're just going to start doing some picks now. James Cook is still there. I think we take James Cook.
Because you got quarterbacks, you got another linebacker. I mean, I might take another linebacker.
I'm taking James Cook here.
All right.
I think this is a solid spot for him.
Do you think this is what it's like in the Washington Commanders war room? Guys are just like, you want to take him? Yeah, let's take him. You like him?
Probably a little bit more heated. One of the things I laugh at is P-Dub, we didn't take the trade just because we're trying to get some picks in here. We've been doing a lot of trading, and there's no way that all those trades are going to roll that way.
We're going to end up with 15 guys if we do all these trades.
As far as the draft comment, one of the things I find it pretty funny is when who's first on the clock this year?
Who's first on the
why
clock?
Why am I blanking on that right now? Jacksonville. Yeah. Jacksonville's going to go on the clock. They're going to wait 15 minutes for a pick they made like 3 weeks ago.
Right. Well, you never know. I'm okay with it because you never know. Maybe another team is going to come up and give them an offer they can't refuse. Yeah. And they'll wait all the way to the end. But you're right. They do know.
Yeah, they know. They absolutely know here.
So I don't know if I want another Isaiah Thomas on our team. And we had Isaiah Thomas.
This is my Sooner blood coming through. I think Isaiah Thomas would be a great pickup here.
He's an edge or a defensive tackle or a quarterback or a line. Man, I want to draft another linebacker for real.
Beavers. For real. Oh, I'm telling you right now, if Beavers is on the board at this point, Ron's taking Beavers.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah. He likes himself some Beavers. Sooner EP.
Is that like a metaphor, or is that or he likes this player?
I think he likes this player. Like when he was at the Cincinnati, when he's at the Cincinnati Pro Day, he was pretty happy with this. This is a big physical linebacker, 6'3", 237, and a RAS score of 9.6. So again, that's on a 10-point scale. Ooh. That means out of all the linebackers, and I think that's since 1990, I think that they have scores for, he rates in the 9.6 percentile out of 10. So that's
I'm in.
You're in. We got the call for safety though. What's the?
We already got a safety.
Who did we pick up for our safety? Oh, that's right. We got the Oregon
from
guy.
Oregon, yeah. Let's go with Beavers.
Yeah, I think I'd be surprised if Washington didn't end up with Beavers if he's there in like the 4th round.
Yeah,
when they're picking. I think that they'll end up taking them.
Cool. All right, so now we're getting into guys.
Hainsworth
really
cleats on the board, Tanner. Yeah. Yeah. So this is where we have some bit of a gap here. We're letting the computer do its thing.
5th round now.
Yeah. How does the comment section feel about this draft so far? Have we been doing?
Well, they should have like a spot where it lists
where they tell us exactly who we have.
All right, we're up again.
Wouldn't be too bad here.
It's the 5th round.
Pick 159. We've picked up a running back. We've picked up a wide receiver. We've picked up the I think the one thing we're missing here is that
we're missing a tight end.
Tight end is the thing we're missing here.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to
159, so it's perfectly where he's at. Smoke Monday's on the board, guys. Smoke Monday's
Chris
on the
Paul
board.
Is too. He's a Hall of Famer. We should take Chris Paul. I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Jelani Woods is actually the highest ranked person right now at 131.
You got two tight ends right there who are the 2 highest rated.
Yep, and then Maryland tight end. So these two are people should be very, very familiar with these players. So I need to hear from our comment section here. We got Tommy T saying Woods.
Okay.
So Woods is ranked at 131. So picking him up 159 is pretty good, but 142 ranks. It's Okudwow. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but he is the tight end from Maryland.
Yeah. I think I've heard he's got bricks for hands. So does
he? Let's read this right away. Oko is what I'll call him. Falls short of the traditional mold at tight end. Measures 6'2.5", 238. Does have good proportional length with near 33-inch arms. He has exceptional athleticism for his size, but his RAS score is actually only 6.45 there. This is the thing is, I think if you're going to get a tight end, you're going to want to move tight end. You're not going to want, you're not going to get, you don't want another blocking tight end. That's what John Bates was. You want somebody who's going to kind of stretch the field. That was for the Maryland tight end. Let's look at Jelani Woods. RAS score of 10, 6'7", 250. Okay, so we're taking Woods here. Okay. Not even going to go any further. Obvious red zone target. Jelani Woods, folks. We're going to take Woods with 159.
All right. Chris Paul, Hall of Famer.
Sorry with that notes. Woods all day, guys. Come on. Yeah, that's so we're being told if you click on the W, so next time it comes up, thanks for that, Tommy. Tommy T there with the hint to show us who we have. So we'll see who we're in the 6th round now. Coming up here, 189 is going to be our pick. Smoke Monday's off the board, so I'm disheartened. So,
there you go. Nice.
Who we have so far? Garrett Wilson with the 22nd pick. We did make a trade back for that. We also ended up with Linderbaum with 53rd pick. Troy Anderson right there with 54. Verone McKinley at 104. James Cook 113. Darian Beavers 122, and Jelani Woods 159.
We still got 3 more picks. Holy cow!
I'm really liking this haul. We got a couple linebackers, athletic linebackers, young guys to replace Jordan K, Mayo.
Yeah.
So of course there's no Bostic that we'll see as well. Garrett Wilson, a stud wide receiver at 22. Man, if he's still there at 22, something's gone really crazy. Linderbaum shoring up the line. I like that.
Isn't his family famous? Weren't they on the? Oh, you don't watch Seinfeld. Never mind. Mandelbaum. Oh, it's Mandelbaum. It's lost on you.
It is,
all right. So what do we need now?
I mean, based off of this, what do you think our needs are? We've picked up,
2 linebackers,
big athletic tight end. You've got 2 linebackers who are athletic, one in a little bit later round. So, Troy Anderson, you're expecting him to kind of push for a starting linebacker position and be used a little bit. Darian Beavers is going to be more of a depth guy that you hope to, come out, for something there. Linderbaum, the problem I have with that pick is I don't know that he's starting day one. And at 53, you kind of at least want that to be pushed. But again, you can never go wrong with that line depth. Like we saw it last year, injury after injury after injury. You want some guys there to shore up. So do we take another offensive lineman here, or do we take?
I think so. I think offensive line would be good.
All right. We have Max Mitchell from Louisiana is the one that's highest ranked on the board here at 182. So right there. Let's look at, coming soon. That's where we're at in the draft, folks, is
right.
The write-ups do not exist for these players. RAS score 5.86, 6'6" guy, 307.
Give me a guy from a Power 5 school. I don't want a guy this late from Louisiana. You know what I mean? Like Arizona State. They got any information on Donovan West?
Smaller side for a guard.
He was a full-time starter as a freshman, so he's a lot. I like him.
But the guard, I think they need more depth at the tackle position.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
Ignore the name and the player here.
What about a corner?
Vincent Gray is your highest ranked corner on the list right now.
From Michigan? There you go.
Michigan.
Get a Power 5 guy in there as a corner. He's obviously athletic.
Kennedy Brooks, by the way, would be a good. I know I see a lot of Oklahoma games, guys. So
yeah.
But he's somebody who, if JD McKissick, starts to falter, he's somebody who you can get in that. Long snapper, Tanner, you got it. Where's the long snappers?
No, we traded up last year for a long snapper. We're not drafting another.
That's the joke, Stoner. That's the joke. All right. So we're going to go with Vincent Gray. We think that the cornerback depth is more important than tackle depth at this point. I disagree with that.
Well, there isn't any tackles.
There is. There's
rated.
Max Mitchell.
182. Oh, yeah, Max Mitchell.
He's a tackle. I'm going to take the tackle.
All right.
I think that is more needed than the cornerback depth.
I think next time we need to have a clear line of order of who's in charge, who gets to make final picks. Like who's Ron?
Oh, that's me because Dan. I'm the one clicking.
So you're Dan.
Yeah, your Lucky Smoke Monday wasn't available with that I think 5th or 6th round pick because I definitely would have taken him. Again, name alone. No, he's fun guy to watch.
All right, round 7.
Here we are, final round. I think we have 2 picks left. 7. Yep. Coming up here, 230.
I say just take who's ever on the board best.
And we're rejecting trades though. This one was Arizona giving us 244 and 256 for 230 in the 7th round pick next year.
I'm not taking a football player named Sincere. Okay, so we're not drafting that guy.
He's a running back player. unless he's a receiving back. Which with his RAS score, I'm closing this. He's a 3.9.
Take that corner from Georgia.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Kendrick.
We did not take.
Well,
we did not take a corner last time. So
give me his RAS first.
Look at it. 152.
Oh,
oof.
Boy,
due to his current situation, Darian Kendrick presents a difficult evaluation. He surprisingly entered the transfer portal following the conclusion of the 2020 season. Furthermore, he currently remains without a team, is caught up in off-field issues. We can just close this now. He's not going to get picked if he has off-field issues.
All right, what about the kid from Duke?
The Duke one
Josh
here.
Blackwell.
Josh Blackwell. Much higher RAS score.
Right.
He's a little bit on the smaller side.
5th round pick on this guy's board. Get him.
Okay. Grade is based off of 2018-2019 film.
He only played 2 games last year. That's all right.
Long and athletic. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll go with Blackwell here. I think, again, this is at this point, you're taking positions and more so than you're taking a name. So, because you'll never know.
You can take Jack Bone for our last pick, the quarterback from Notre Dame.
Zacoby. I'll type his name in here just in case he's a little bit lower.
Who's that?
Zacoby. Nope. Zacoby is not around there, metaphor. P-Dub, I'm with you on that one. O-line's a good one. We might need defensive linemen. Do you think at this late round, an interior defensive lineman? They did just lose Matt Ioannidis there and Tim Settle. Do you think that let's go with our defensive tackles here. 225 from a guy from Rutgers, Talon Humphrey from Louisiana. It was Julius Turner, by the way, from Rutgers, and Noah Ellis from Idaho.
I like the kid from Rutgers.
Kid from
Big
Rutgers.
10 football.
All right, let's look at his 6.67 RAS. Not available for Humphrey, and let's go to Noah Ellis. Not available there as well. So Julius Turner is again taking that defensive tackle, kind of shoring up for some of those that have left. And I think that was it for us. I think that was the last pick we had. So we're gonna just wait this thing out here, and then we can view, how we feel we did here with our first ever Ref the District live mock draft, not to be confused with our first round mock draft that will include content creators and fans of teams. I love the first 3 picks here.
I do too. After that,
I do feel like the safety is maybe a miss for us. But I feel like there's some good depth here. I like some of the late round, just kind of shoring up some of the positions. You never know who you're going to get. Cam Curl was a 7th round pick, and he's a stud. So
that's true.
You might just luck into something. I know a lot of people, maybe love's not, it's too strong of a word. I like getting another running back, and I think James Cook would be an excellent pickup for Washington.
Bye Jarrett Patterson. Sorry,
EP's going to kill you. Jarrett freaking Patterson.
If you're drafting a running back, who's the odd man out? If everybody's healthy,
you keep 3 running backs, and then the others are going to be on the practice squad. So Jarrett freaking Patterson's probably going to be on the practice squad in that regards. Jonathan Williams would be another practice squad person to pick, because you'd probably keep your rookie if you draft him in the 4th round or higher. Yeah, Kevin, thanks. Kevin's given us an A+ for the first 2 picks there, which Garrett Wilson and Tyler Linderbaum. Garrett Wilson, 22nd pick, man. I'm telling you,
that's great value. Heck yeah.
I was going to take him at the 11. I was actually going to decline the trade and just take Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
but I figured, let's take this trade back and potentially get Olave, which a lot of people like Olave. I like Garrett Wilson better. Garrett Wilson's one of the ones who makes me hesitate if Kyle Hamilton was there at 11. So
take a screenshot.
Right. We could re-sign Collins later. I mean, I can. We can also just screenshot the video that we're recording, but we do edit these afterwards.
You got to scroll up so I can see, so you can see the bottom. Yeah, just for a second at least.
Yep.
All right, so they're not re-signing Collins. Just get that out.
It depends. I don't think they'll re-sign him either. I think that there might be potential. I do think he's going to end up signing somewhere, and he's going to be in a position where it's going to be a prove it deal. If he wants to play safety, he's going to be in a rude awakening. He's more of that Buffalo nickel that
and he doesn't like
line. He plays so well when he does that.
But he doesn't like it. He's not coming here to play that position, and they're not going to have the money to pay what he deserves, what he's going to get from somebody else.
Yep.
Because all that money is going to one Terry McLaurin.
One can hope. I think that was a pretty good draft. That was a pretty good experiment. Thanks for sticking around with us. When we come back here for the cool down, it's going to be some of our other DC sports real quick. All right. The Wizards did not make the playoffs, which to some people's delight. They in fact lost the last couple games, increased their chances just a little bit of getting a higher draft pick there for the NBA draft.
Whatever.
we'll have more on that. We're actually going to get with Chase Hughes to talk about the Wizards breakdown. You can catch that on our YouTube channel. We're also going to have a guest for the Capitals as they go into the playoffs coming up here soon.
Yep.
Do you feel pretty strong about their chances entering the playoffs, Stoner?
I mean, they are red hot right now. They've won 4 in a row. They won last night,
Big
9-2. Okay, you don't see a 9 spot in hockey very often, and they had 8 different guys score goals, so it was just spread out everywhere. That's, like I said, that's their 4th in a row. They're now only 3 points behind Pittsburgh for that to get out of the wild card spot. So to move up a spot. So they're playing very well right now. That's the dream. Play well at the end of the year. Get healthy and be on fire when you enter the playoffs. They still got a few weeks left, but right now it's exactly what they're doing. So they're in a good spot right now.
All right. And the Nationals started opening up against the Mets and Max Scherzer as well in that series. How did it feel seeing Max and coming in the visitor side of the house?
You know, I didn't like it. Max was my favorite player, so it was kind of hard to see that, but totally understandable. He didn't leave, right? He didn't leave on his own. I mean, he could have signed back here, but they weren't going to give him that kind of money.
No.
But he didn't leave on his own, so you can't boo him. You thank him for what he's done, what he did for this franchise, and that's the business of sports.
Is this season starting off the way that you expected it?
Yeah, I think they're 3-4 right now, right? I mean, that's probably basically what they're going to be. They're going to win. It'll probably be worse than that. So that's pretty good. They took 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, the defending champions in Atlanta. That's pretty. I like that.
That actually is pretty surprising, though. Yesterday's game.
Well, let me get away from.
I was kind of following it along, and then I had some work to do, so I stopped watching. And the next thing I know, they're getting blown out. I was just like, "What happened?" I thought that was going in the right direction, but they did just win 3-1 against the Braves, so they did win 2-1 on the away side. So they're 3-4, as Stoner mentioned.
Yeah, and that was
probably
JoJo
about where
Gray.
We can expect them.
Yeah, that was JoJo Gray today. He's their big acquisition in that trade with Scherzer and Trey Turner, and he pitched lights out today. So that's a good sign. But I think Atlanta used up all their hits yesterday when they scored 16 runs, and today they could only manage 3 hits. But that's good. That was a good start so far, 3-4. I think you got to be happy with that with this team.
Absolutely. You also have to be happy with the draft that we did.
Yeah,
we appreciate everyone who jumped in there. P-Dub saying we did a great job. Kevin's in the chat here. Metaphor as well. EP getting mad at our man, the Stoner. We always appreciate those people who've jumped in. Lots more in there. Tommy T and Tanner, the ones that I'm seeing right now. We always appreciate the support, even if you don't necessarily, jump in there with the super cash, the donations. We do love that. Appreciate all the support. Biggest thing you can do for us: watch the channel, like the video, and subscribe to the channel is always a good thing. Don't forget to check out the podcast version. If ever you need to pop out and listen to us on the go, you can listen to us on any audio platform. Of course, we'll stream this live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter every Wednesday at 7:30. Trev, keep making that money, man. We love to get you back here real soon, though. And until next time.
What's that?
Be a fan.
We love Washington, and we some die-hard fans. Yeah, we are. You know we keep it on 10. Let's talk about the offense. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And they gifted. We are ref the district. Podcast. Come on now and join us.